Hey guys, let's get more news about Dallas, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Week 1 NFC predictions. Expect sacks of good news delivered by Cowboys, 49ers. In Week 1 in the NFC, expect huge games from the defenses of the Dallas Cowboys and San Francisco 49ers, a strong performance from a touted first-round rookie quarterback and at least 100 yards receiving from a first-round rookie wideout. Before Thursday night's Baltimore Ravens-Kansas City Chiefs season opener, Yardbarker NFL writers offer a Week 1 prediction for every team in the NFC. Dallas Cowboys, the defense gets 7 sacks per StatMuse. Cleveland's Deshaun Watson is the 6th most sacked QB, 211, since joining the NFL in 2017. Dallas recorded 7 sacks in a game twice last season, including the opener against the Giants, and should have no problem getting to a QB who sat out the preseason after missing 11 games in each of the past 2 years. New York Giants, Devin Singletary will rush for at least 62 yards, that's slightly over the number former Giants running back Saquon Barkley averaged in his last 4 opening games with New York, who plays Minnesota in Week 1. For those worried about New York's new-look backfield, keep in mind that over the past 4 seasons, Barkley averaged just 2.8 more yards per game than his replacement, Singletary. Barkley missed 23 games during that span, but Singletary was a workhorse, missing only 2 games and rushing for 373 more yards than Barkley. Philadelphia Eagles, Darius Slay gets Eagles' first interception of 2024, given the secondary's poor performance in 2023 and so much excitement surrounding first-round CB Quinyon Mitchell, it's easy to forget that Slay is coming off his 3rd straight Pro Bowl appearance. Look for the 33-year-old cornerback to spice things up Friday night in Brazil with a first-quarter interception of $220 million Green Bay QB Jordan Love. Washington Commanders, Jaden Daniels runs for 2 touchdowns. The 2nd overall pick in the 2024 NFL Draft ran for 2 or more TDs in a game 7 times during his college career. New offensive coordinator Cliff Kingsbury won't hesitate to call his QB's number against a Tampa Bay defense that held opponents to 95.3 rushing yards per game last season, the 5th fewest in the NFL. Bruce Ewing. Cowboys coach Mike McCarthy sees opportunity in lame duck season. The opening news conference of training camp ended and Dallas Cowboys coach Mike McCarthy was able to leave relatively quickly. Most of the reporters surrounded Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones. I think he may be the best coach, certainly of my time in the NFL, and I happen to be part of a team that had the great Tom Landry, and I'd put him right there, Jones said. Bill's a friend and a great coach. As McCarthy begins his 5th season as the Cowboys coach Sunday at the Cleveland Browns, 4:25 p.m. Eastern Time, Fox, this is the noise that surrounds him as he enters the last year of his contract. Each week will be a referendum on his future. I'm thankful and appreciate the opportunity in front of me, McCarthy said to start this week. That's really how it's been. I get what goes with contracts, and I really don't want to speak on it, because I haven't spoke on it, because there's really nothing to talk about. It doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is today, and that's really something we can all just stay in touch with because we do have responsibilities outside of winning games, but the only thing that truly pays the bills is winning games. That's where my mind is at. I'm 30+ years into this. We know how things work. I can't stand up in front of a group of men and consistently on a daily basis demand that they focus their time and energy on winning, and then I'm up here talking about things that have nothing to do with winning. I guess that's how I deal with it. McCarthy is 41-25 as the Cowboys coach. His .627 winning percentage is the best in Cowboys history. He has won 2 NFC East titles. And it's an important but, he has only 1 playoff win, and last year's 48-32 debacle of a loss to the Green Bay Packers in the wild-card round at AT&T Stadium remains a fresh memory. Especially for Jerry Jones. Even though Jones has put McCarthy in this position by not giving him an extension, he bristles when asked how McCarthy has dealt with not having a contract beyond this season. "I don't know I've ever seen a coach change his coaching or change how hard he works over his contract," Jones said. "I didn't know anything like that ever happened or could happen. So, I've seen no difference in who Mike is. Mike's a Super Bowl winning coach and has an outstanding record since he's been here, and that's where it is. So, we've all got the loss to Green Bay on our mind. We all have it on our mind, and we all know until we can get that addressed, then we're going to always have a bad taste in our mouth." Dallas Cowboys star puts media on blast over criticism of Dak Prescott. "It's not even in question. Dallas Cowboys star Dak Prescott has been one of the best regular season quarterbacks over the years. It's also not a secret that Dallas has struggled in the playoffs with him under center. Debate and conversation have raged over the years. That's again the case after 2 turnover performance in a loss to the Green Bay Packers in the NFC Wild Card playoffs last season. Prescott is also under a microscope as the quarterback prepares to enter his contract year without a new deal. The former 4th-round pick and Dallas brass failed to come to terms on an extension this past offseason, meaning that Prescott will likely hit free agency in March. With Prescott and the Cowboys facing a ton of pressure heading into Week 1 against the Cleveland Browns, one teammate seems to have his back. "It's blasphemy. It's unbelievable. The guy shows up every year in and year out. Putting up numbers, leading his team. He can't do it all by himself." Brandon Cooks on Dak Prescott criticism, via John Machota of The Athletic. "A lot of those great quarterbacks that I've been with, Tom Brady and Drew Brees, don't get me wrong, they won a lot of games, won a lot of Super Bowls, but they had a lot of help around them as well, right?" Cooks went on to say that he takes the criticism personal. "Us players around Dak also got to step up," Cooks continued. "So when we hear that disrespect, I take that personally, and as his teammates we should take that personally, because at the end of the day, somebody has got to be able to help him get over that hump so we can go win one." Prescott is not solely to blame for Dallas' playoff struggles, 2-5 record in 7 career starts. But as the quarterback for America's team, he is going to face the most criticism. Given the fact that Dallas has not earned a spot in the NFC Championship game since back in 1996, and this is magnified further. When you look at Prescott's regular season stats, it's hard to reconcile that with what we've seen during the playoffs. Hence, the criticism. Either way, it's not a surprise to see one of Prescott's teammates go to bat for him. That's the way it should be. And you, fan? What do you think of the situation of Dak Prescott? Leave your opinion in the comments.